Hi, this is Cindy from Cindy's Cropping Corner, and I wanted to show you the May tag that I made for the Pretty Paper Boutique with Marie. This is one of the prototype of the tag that I'm going to be submitting. I'm really glad to be part of this swap and can't wait to see what everyone else makes. The object of this tag was to do Vintage Lady. So I picked up an image and added some flowers, tried to distress the flower a little with some gold, and crumpled up the picture and tried to distress it. I distressed the edges of the tag, and so here I'll just show you some of the steps that I did to complete it. First, I copied the image, and I got this image off of the Tammy Tutterow site, and I'll go ahead and put her link. She has a lot of great images, and she has a neat blog. So I printed them out. I copied and pasted them, which she allows, and put them on the paper and glimmer misted it with the Tattered Rose Glimmer Mist. And then I crumpled up the paper and then unfolded it, and it provided a glimmer on the page. Plus, I'm not ironing it out, I just flattened it out with my hands, so it provided a distressed, wrinkled look too. So all I did was cut that out and added the pink pearls around the outside of it. To get the look of the distressed look on the outside of the tag, I first started with a manila folder, cut it to the tag size, and then I, before attaching it to a piece of recycled chipboard from a fruit snack box, I believe this was, I used the French script from Stampin' Up! Stamp and clear embossing powder, stamped that on there, and then heat embossed it. Then I took the Tattered Rose ink pad and ran it all over the tag and then wiped it off so that the French script showed up on the background. I then took the Distress ink and went along the edges of the tag. First I went along it and distressed it, and I want that tool Arlene has because that will be so much easier. I find that the blades and just the regular distressor tools aren't strong enough, and it seems like they get dull and you're just constantly working with it. So that is the coolest tool that she had on one of her videos. So I distressed the edges here, and then did the distress ink. And then what I did to even make it look older was use this Rub and Buff that you can pick up at Michael's or Joann's, and it's like a gold leaf paint, and I just used a makeup sponge, just squeezed a little out on a something, and just scrap piece of paper, used a makeup sponge, and then just went around the edges, and it provided a gold hue. I also used the gold leafing on the flower, so I thought it brought a little touch of gold to the flower there. The flower is one of the flowers from the, they're white at Michael's in the wedding section, and they're made out of paper. And all I did was I added Lindy Stamp Gang Cocklebell Coral, and I shook it up really good and used a paintbrush and got it all over the flower there. And then I let it dry a little bit, put a little bit of glue, any type really will work, anything that dries clear, and just did little dots all over the flower and dipped it in the diamond dust. So I just like how that turns out. These flowers also came from the wedding section at Michael's, and I don't know what they're made of. They're really soft. It could be foam, could be a really soft material. I have a feeling it might be foam, but these are the colors that they came in. So I really like the colors. I didn't change them. All I did was add some glue on the tips of them, and I left them all together. I'm going to cut these apart later and make some more tags, but I left them all together and then just dipped them in the diamond dust like this take them off, shake it off like that, and then let it dry. And it's really simple. You can do them all at one time. Another thing I did on this tag was made a pin. And these pins are really fun. I can't believe how easy they are. Pins have been out for a long time, but they're just now coming back. And it's so easy to make rather than buy them. So this is just the floral pins that you can buy at Michael's. And you can really use any beads. And this week they are 50% off beads. So I picked up these for this tag. And they come in a long strip like this, and I've already cut them so I don't want to pull them out of the plastic, but they are like a metal mesh around the bead, and I just thought that was really pretty. And then you do have to do a little piece of glue. Like, I had my hot glue gun out, so I just stuck a little dab there. On the back side, I just used some pattern paper and one of the little brown bags, and I will put my little ticket in there with my blog on it. So I hope you like it. I can't wait to see what everyone else makes, and thanks for watching.